right? Everyone went gaga on me when I was trying to pronounce her name. But then I prefer to stick with Chinedu.
Chinedu, yes.
We have Chinedu in the house. Good morning, welcome to the show, sir. Great to have you on the show. Okay, now it's Chinedu for me. Okay, for the rest of people, you have to pronounce that name yourself.
It's Marek Zmyslowski.
Please say to this camera.
Marek Zmyslowski, but it's better to call me Chinedu, I'm serious.
That's only Chinedu. That saves you the stress of trying to think about adjusting your tongue.
Okay, we have the MD of Jovago in the house, Chinedu. Let's just stick with that.
Chinedu.
Great to have you on the show.
Pleasure to be here.
Am I permitted to say Jovago is a sort of online concierge? Can I say so?
Yeah, you can call us an online travel agent. We are proudly the biggest online travel agency in Africa, but we focus on one thing. We want to do it very well, and it's the hotels. We provide to Nigerian customers and other African customers the best hotel deals across Africa.
Across Africa. Okay, now having to be in the middle, putting all of that together, getting the hotels and the consumer together. How has business been in Africa?
Oh, it's been definitely challenging. When you run an online company in Nigeria, you may think it's an online company, but it's actually also an offline company. Many times our customers don't really use online yet. They like to call us on the phone. They like to visit our office. Sometimes hotels that we are sending our customers to also don't use email on a daily basis. So we have to have our people in every state in Nigeria to make sure that our customer gets the best possible service and the best possible deals. So to sum up, we're an online business. We expand in Nigeria and also East Africa, but there's also plenty of offline challenges when you run a business in Nigeria.
In Nigeria, 6,000 hotels in Nigeria.
6,600 right now.
Wow. And 20,000 around Africa?
Around Africa. And what I can also proudly say, every hotel you will find on jovago.com, we've been there. So we actually saw the management, we signed a contract, we made the pictures, we wrote a description. We don't send our customers to a place we haven't been on our own yet. Me personally, I have been to more than 500 hotels in Lagos. Wow. I've been to 5 Nigerian states. After 2 years, I still have plenty of states to visit on my to-do list. But only after do this, you can actually promote Nigeria and Africa, sub-Saharan Africa, as a travel destination. Because that's our goal, right? We don't want Nigerians only to travel to Dubai or Europe or South Africa or US.
All right, when we hear hotels, a lot of times the first thing that comes to your mind is expensive. A hotel is expensive. So do you go for affordable hotels, even though they're substandard, but at least the prices are good for people?
Well, when you travel, for example, to Abuja and you're looking for a cheap hotel in Abuja, right now on Jovago you will find a hotel for less than 1,500 naira. That is clean. You're going to get a room with a TV, with a bed, and a coffee in the morning. This is actually possible because we're trying to give you the biggest range of hotels.
So okay, now if I go straight to the hotel, what's the charge? How does Jovago do business? How do they make money? And let me put it that way. Because if I go to the hotel and they have a rate, and then I go on Jovago, is the rate higher or lower or?
Yeah, I get this question a lot. Because our customers think, okay, if you give me some additional service, you take care of me, that means probably I'm going to have to pay more. Not at all. Because, when you run a hotel, it's a complicated business. You have to have rooms, you have to have cleaners, you have a restaurant, maybe nightclubs, some taxi drivers, etc. It's a very complicated business to run, and sometimes you forget that you also have to find your customers. So we are like a marketing agency for the hotel that will help them bring customers and grow their revenue. When you run a hotel, there's so many things you can spend money on, like you buy advertisements on the TV, radio, newspapers, and every other things. And if you don't specialize in this, you can spend money and you don't get any result out of it. So this is how we work with hotels. They share the profit they get from a customer with us, but the customer doesn't get a higher rate. Sometimes even cheaper when they book online. Wow. And they get also additional service from us because we make sure that the hotel will be booked, the room will be waiting, that they were going to get the driver and the car to get to the hotel. When they have their own means of transportation, we will make sure that they will find that particular hotel because sometimes it's hard to locate.
To locate a hotel,
especially when you go to a city, I don't know, when you go to Abokuta or just for the first time in your life, right?
All right. Okay, now we're talking much earlier, we're talking about celebrities and tourism generally. Now, the hoteling as a business would really do well when the tourist industry in a particular country grows, is big. Yeah. All right, now, looking at it now, we have a lot of celebrities that go outside to shoot videos, and they do stuff that we feel that it can be done here. Yeah. What do you really feel? How do you think that we can do it in such a way that these guys shoot more of the videos.
Important
locally.
topic. Celebrities actually have some kind of a responsibility on their back to promote also African destinations, Nigerian destinations, because when you decide to travel, everything starts from a recommendation. You can see 100 advertisement in a newspaper or TV or online, but at the end of the day, you're going to ask your friend. More than 70% of our customers, when they want to travel somewhere, they ask their friends. Influence also starts from social media. You follow your celebrities, you check where they travel on Instagram, etc., on Twitter. And when you look at the video clips of music songs are either shot in Lagos, somewhere on the street or in a hotel, or when they want to have something more beautiful, they will go to South Africa or maybe to Dubai, because that's the easiest solution. But there's so many beautiful places in Nigeria. I've seen some big rocks, I've seen waterfalls, I've traveled there. Why couldn't you shoot it there? I think the problem is in the access to the information about these particular places. And that's the problem that Jovago is trying to solve. You can find these places on our website.
All right. And when it comes to the musical videos, you were talking about musical videos and celebrities. What about weddings for special occasions, events? A lot of people too travel out to other places maybe because of the beauty, the scenery and all that. So how do you convince your customers? You know, you were talking about there are many places here. How do you convince them not to travel out? They should use the hotel.
Nigerian wedding is such an amazing event. Like they should be worldwide famous. I've been to a couple Nigerian weddings.
They have to
and
be.
it's just amazing. Like in Poland, where I come from, a wedding for 100 people is considered as big.
Wow.
Here, a wedding starts probably with like 300 or 400. Right?
Yeah, 100.
Yes,
100. Are you having a house? What's that?
No.
They would laugh at you, man.
Introduction. That's the beginning.
Yeah, so obviously when a wedding is big, you need a big place. So most often customers choose hotels. Not to have that wedding at the conference hall or a banquet hall, etc. Not everyone has the money to travel abroad. Only a couple of, percentage of our customers can afford to go to Dubai or to Europe and have a wedding there. And again, so many beautiful hotels not explored yet in Nigeria, because it wasn't so easy to find them before. Because if you were living in Lagos and you didn't have any online directories, any online travel agency, how else could you find a hotel which is maybe only 3 hours drive from Lagos, somewhere in a smaller city? If you didn't have a friend there, you would never know about it, and you would never know that the service is actually good, and the prices are a couple times cheaper than in Lagos. This is why we have people in every state in Nigeria to search for these hotels, make deals with them and put them online. So you sitting here checking from your iPad can actually check them, see the pictures, see the description, see other customers' reviews.
Okay, other reviews, and I think that's a very nice part. The phone lines are open. Please, you can call in 0809122283848 and 86. Also 0814 00000283 and 284. We are talking to Chinedu. Yeah, you know how we did. Okay. Okay. So you're doing. How do people get to pay for this? Now let's talk about e-commerce. How do people get to pay for these services which you offer? Do you have? Definitely, it has to be. You can pay online.
Yeah.
But then your solutions. Can people pay maybe when they get to the hotel or something, or does it have to be? How do you sort out?
Of course, we have a solution to pay online, because for many customers already it's a convenient way and they are already used to this kind of way of paying, but not everyone. So obviously when you haven't paid online for anything yet and you're not particularly sure, like if you want to do it now, you just want to try the company in a safer way, you just give us your email address and your phone number and the hotel is booked for you anyway, and you will pay when you arrive at the hotel.
When I arrive at the hotel?
Yeah.
Okay. If I have issues with the hotel, would it be right to call Jovago?
Oh yeah, definitely.
We
want you to
like
call
that?
us. You know, the issue is very simple, because when you're not happy with the hotel, you will also be unhappy with Jovago. Actually, you don't need to call us, because before you check out of the hotel, don't worry, we will call you just to find out how was the experience.
How was the experience with the hotel?
Because I always like to say, there's nothing better than an unhappy customer that actually contacts you. Because then you know what went wrong and you know what to improve, and you make sure that will never happen again.
All right, with the emergence of Jovago, has it improved the tourism when you compare to before you came and now? Are there more people coming from outside? They want to stay in Nigeria because of Jovago?
Well, Nigeria is still a market that is driven by business travel, because obviously Nigeria is a very attractive region because of what's happening business-wise. If you want to grow leisure, you need to have more attractive packages, more products that will get people to Nigeria. Like for example, great Calabar Festival in December that attracts people from all over the world. We need more of things like that. And then they will come. But already now, plenty of Nigerians travel inside Nigeria. Because it's not so easy to get a visa when you want to travel somewhere abroad. Sometimes it's just a hassle and to get to the airport, spend so many hours at the airport, and then the tickets are expensive. You can actually find nice hotels in Nigeria. You just have to travel there on your own. What we have changed with Jovago in the last 2 years that after we launched is that we showed all the information about hotels online, and the hotel also they can compare between each other. And when you're a hotel manager and you see that your friend a couple blocks away has even better hotel but a little bit cheaper, you're going to have to change something. So at the end of the day, customer benefits from it.
All right. So now you've already had an online presence. You've done something in Poland before you came.
Yeah.
Why Nigeria? Why did you decide to come to business in Nigeria? Because you had two online businesses in Poland.
Yeah.
And then you decided to come to Africa, and then Africa, Nigeria. Why Africa? Why Nigeria?
I always like to say that I was a serial entrepreneur. I was able to luckily sell my company, and I had the freedom to choose where I want to go. And like every relatively young guy, I'm 28 now. I was 26. Sorry, I'm 29 now. It's 2015. Oh my God, I'm old.
Okay.
I wanted to go to States because when you're raised, you watch Hollywood movies, you watch MTV clips. That's where you want to go. That's where everything happens, apparently.
Yeah.
But I found people that also run other online companies here, like for example Jumia, and they told me so many cool things about Nigeria because when I spoke to them, all I knew about Nigeria is, I'm sorry, but that's what you find on the internet. It's like 419 and Boko Haram. That's not the best PR. They showed me the better part of it. That is not so obvious when you just search for information online. And when you are the relatively young entrepreneur that still wants to do something, not only build a company, but make a difference, there's no better market than Nigeria right now. Because first of all, the numbers are great. It's a big country. It has a great potential. Of course, many of challenges, but how rewarding it is when you actually overcome these obstacles. I could build another company in Poland. I would just build a company. Nothing that wouldn't make any difference. Here, it's actually fun. Sometimes it's crazy fun because so many things can go wrong. So many challenges you have to deal with in Nigeria when you run a company. For example, power cuts, which is not an easy thing. Not so obvious when you come from Europe. But at the end of the day, if you're able to succeed something, customers tell you, oh my God, I was not expecting that I can book a hotel online and everything will go smoothly. That's a level of satisfaction you would never get anywhere else.
All right, so what about the competition? There are other online hotel booking services, and it's like Jovago has come and taken over the whole all the hotels in Nigeria. So how do you cope with the competition? Are the hotels on other websites too, or they're just only on Jovago?
I wouldn't say we're taking over. Like we are a leader. We have the biggest number of hotels. We serve the biggest number of customers.
All right, so the numbers you produce are not all the hotels in Lagos. There could be more hotels in Lagos, but
right now there's around 8,000 hotels in Nigeria.
Okay.
That's our estimations.
Okay.
We work with 6,600 right now, so there's still some way to go. For a hotel, it's good where you have competition. When I have competition, because a hotel can get customers from us, and hotel can get customers from our competition. But our competition is not really other online travel agencies. Our competition is habit of Nigerian not to book online, not to book before. Sometimes I laugh that Nigeria is like a last-minute culture. I remember there was a steel concert, music concert in Lagos last year or 2 years ago. I don't remember. And I have a friend who worked in the company that organized everything. And a couple days before the concert, they sold maybe 10% of tickets. And then they sold everything 2 days before the concert, 1 day before the concert. So we're trying to reach to Nigerians who travel, who actually arrive in a city, find quickly a taxi driver and ask him to show him the closest hotel. This is the habit we're competing with. Because when you book online, you're not just going to go to a hotel that taxi driver knows, and taxi driver does not know all the hotels. Taxi driver does not know what you're looking for. You can find hotels online, you can search for your budget, you can try to look for a hotel that is quiet or for a hotel that has many people and has a nightclub. Because sometimes you travel with family, sometimes you travel for business, sometimes you travel for fun.
For fun, okay. When apart from, do you do exclusively hoteling business, or are there other services Jovago offers?
We focus on hotels,
Okay.
but obviously we need to make sure that once you book hotel, you have the whole additional services also in place. So we're going to make sure to find out, and we're going to find out if you need a transport from the airport or from wherever you arrive to the hotel. But we don't do it on our own. We have our partner companies to do that, because we believe that if you want to be really good at something, you need to focus on that particular thing. Once you're trying to do too many things at one time, you will not be able to be very good.
All right.
Wow, I like that. Okay, now, it's very cool having, now, you were convinced to come do business in Nigeria. Let's see, how long did it take you for you to get convinced?
Right around 8 hours.
8 hours, just like that.
I mean, was it like all the 8 hours, was someone talking to you, or you just, or you had the time to think about it?
I had decision pressure. I didn't have anything that stuck me in Poland, because I just sold my company. I didn't have a girlfriend, wife, or kids at that time.
You have you?
So, sorry?
Do you have any?
I do.
No wonder you actually do. She must have given that name.
Yeah, she did.
Okay, so
She's not happy about that name because she's Yoruba. She would like me to have a Yoruba name.
Oh, and then she should give you a
Let's
Yoruba.
She gave me
Yinka.
Ola.
Eh?
Yinka.
Ola.
Ola.
Ola. Ah!
Okay.
All right, okay.
Cool.
All right, so, yeah.
So I said to myself, like, if not now, then when? Like every month, every year, it's going to be harder to make a decision, because once you get older, you get more lazy.
Wow. Okay, so now I think, okay, let's look at it now. If I was running a hotel in service or such as Jovago, and you were doing it, I think it's going to be easier for someone outside or someone to listen to you than me. Do you have that kind of experience? Like, because now if you're a foreigner and you're talking to them about coming to stay or invest in Nigeria or coming into Nigeria, how has the experience been for you when you talk to people outside to come, to come stay here?
And stay here.
What I always, everyone is interested, obviously, because when you see first company, second company, third company that comes here, does something, they are interested. But I tell them, like, don't come if you're not really committed into do something, because it's a very interesting market to do with, but at the same time very challenging. Like, I am Polish, but right now I have 75 people in the office, and 72 people that in my staff are Nigerians, because without working with ambitious Nigerians that actually work hard and know the market and want to grow here, we wouldn't be able to build this kind of company and this kind of services to provide to our customers. Because it's easy to have 10 customers per day and everyone is happy. Try to have 1,000 customers per day and make sure everyone is happy.
Wow.
The bigger you get, the harder it is to maintain the same level of services. Without ambitious, hardworking young Nigerians that are also smart and want to grow, that wouldn't be possible.
All right.
Okay.
So, for you as a person, what's the best hotel you've ever been to in Lagos? Let me use Lagos, just Lagos. Don't call no name. No, just describe what was really fascinating about the hotel and where people can find it.
There is a hotel around an hour drive outside Lagos. An hour drive if there's no traffic.
Outside Lagos?
Yes, in the direction of Epe.
Okay.
That is like almost in the middle of a jungle or in the middle of the forest. And when you live in Lagos for some time, it's like always noisy, it's always loud, it's always stressed. Everyone is honking, shouting, etc.
Okay, we have a call. We have Lexmi on the line. I'm sorry, sir. Hello, Lexmi.
Good morning, Mike.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Gary.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. Good morning. Good morning, Marek.
Morning.
Sorry, there's a mistake in my name. It's Lexmi, the same Lexmi.
Okay,
Lexmi.
Lexmi. All right, all right.
Perfect.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I have a question for Marek. I just want to ask, this is the first time I'm hearing about Jovago.com, and it's really lovely. I've been following the program. It's really lovely. But I have a question for Marek. Why did you choose Nigeria? I just want to know why Nigeria? Why not South Africa? Why not Ghana? Other countries? Why Nigeria? Because I can really see from this state, I can really know that Nigeria is very blessed. But I just want to know why you chose Nigeria. And secondly, where is the office located? Is it in Lagos or where, or Abuja or where? I just want to really know. And how has Jovago affect the economy of Nigeria? Has it created jobs for you? So I just want to know, just enlighten me more about it.
All right, okay.
So I heard two questions: why Nigeria and
why
how
Nigeria?
Jovago affects economics of Nigeria.
Okay.
So on top of what I already said about Nigeria, it was a business decision. It was a calculative decision. South Africa and North Africa, these are already regions that are developed in terms of hospitality industry. big markets. Sub-Saharan Africa, the whole belt from Senegal up to Kenya is not that developed yet. So if you want to start a new online travel agency, you would go to a market that is still relatively fresh, underserved, where we see demand but the supply is not there yet. And also from an investor perspective, Nigeria is the biggest market, so the biggest potential it represents. And also is considered as one of the most challenging markets. So if you succeed in Nigeria, because you have problems that don't particularly happen anywhere, like for example, power cuts or sometimes safety issues. If you're able to succeed in Nigeria, there's a higher probability that you're going to succeed in Ghana or maybe then in Kenya. Because if you start in Ghana, doesn't mean you're going to succeed in Nigeria. And how does Jovago affect the economics? We're bringing more revenue to hotels. That's the first thing. In good hotels, especially, get more revenue because when you have a very well-managed hotel with a good prices, good rates, and great customer reviews, these hotels will get more and more revenue. So we're actually promoting good managers that have good, well-run businesses.
Okay, before you go on, do we still have Promise on the line? Hello, Promise. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Promise. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. Hello, Marek. Hello, Jairo.
Hi, how are you doing?
Hello, we call you Marek.
Marek.
Chinedu.
Or Malik.
Chinedu or Ola?
Hola.
I'd like to say congratulations to Jovago. I'm one of their satisfied customers. I travel a lot, and one of the very first things I do is I go on jovago.com, basically to check out hotel listings in the particular area that I'm visiting. And I'd like to say I've never been disappointed because I end up picking a particular hotel from one of their listings. And one of the amazing things about the site is it's got like a map on it. You can easily track where you're coming from and where you're going to. So I want to say kudos to the entire team for doing an amazing job. And
Thank you.
secondly, I would like Chinedu to tell us how you came about the name Chinedu.
The story behind the name.
Yes.
Okay.
So that was the question, because the first thing was
Yeah.
so many nice words. Thank you for that.
Okay, thank you.
Chinedu means God leads,
Okay.
and I like what it means, but I found out what it means after I got the name Chinedu, and my friend came to me. He was trying to learn how to pronounce my name for weeks, and then I remember we went out, we had some drinks, and he said like, I give up. I'm gonna call you Chinedu. I'm like, what? Okay. So that's how it started.
Wow.
Okay,
Nice.
he was talking about the site, and I went on the site now. The first thing I must give kudos to Jovago is ease of access. It's just straight up in there. I see Lagos, number of hotels in Lagos, Abuja, Ikeja, Calabar, Ibadan, Port Harcourt, Nairobi, Kenya, Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, and all of that. How many countries do you operate in Africa?
Right now we have our representatives in 17 countries.
17 countries.
17 countries. We want to go to more countries by the end of the year. But just like I said, we focus on Sub-Saharan Africa, on this belt. We want to promote this belt as a travel destination because we believe that the beauty is there, the infrastructure is already there, it's still growing. Now we have to make sure that the customers will also be there.
And okay, I must ask, how long has Jovago been in business to have grown this much?
2 years, we almost 2 years.
Whoa.
We launched in August 2013.
Wow.
2 years.
2 years. That's
2 years. How can 2 years?
That's really short, man. That's a very short time.
I've really tried out my hands at some stuff, and I know 2 years is not so long in business terms.
Well, it requires two things. It
Well,
requires
the 2 years he's talking about, is it like money makes everything work like perfectly, or it was hard work, or you had to gather people together?
I think it was both. You have to have, especially when you're a first mover, when you're the first company in the market, so many things you have to do as the first company, and it just costs much more. Someone that will open my direct competition maybe in next year, that will try to do the same, will have so much easier job. First mover always pays higher bills, but has the opportunity to build a strong local brand. But then you also have to have good management team, that when a company moves fast, you make sure that nothing falls apart.
Okay. What's your favorite Nigerian food?
Moi moi.
You're a sure guy.
It's healthy because you have egg inside. I think they blend also a little bit of fish. And you have beans. I can eat beans every day. And it costs like nothing, 50 naira, and I'm full for half a day.
What food do you miss most from your native home?
From my native home, I miss vegetables because traditional,
lots of
but
vegetables
not so much. Traditional Polish dish doesn't matter if you eat breakfast or lunch or dinner. There's always a little bit of potatoes, a lot of meat, and plenty of vegetables, different kinds.
Have you tried afang?
I tried it.
And how is it?
I'm still getting used to it.
Yeah, but afang has lots of vegetables. Afang.
It's a new taste for me, but I love pepper soup.
Pepper soup.
Just my stomach doesn't love it as much.
Maybe pepper is too much.
Yeah, but spicy is great. Yeah.
Spicy is great.
What Nigerian language do you try to speak?
I try to learn Yoruba, but you always tell me that Polish, is so hard. No, Yoruba for me.
What? You just tell.
Okay,
just tell
say
something.
anything.
Say anything.
Bawoni.
Bawoni.
Shoti dzię, because we were speaking about eating, right? I think it means have you eaten already?
I actually don't know. Do you have ever tried pigeon?
Pigeon.
Why?
No.
Why?
I don't know. I like to. If I'm supposed to spend my time or learning a language, I would like to be a really native language that is stick to the culture. Yoruba language is much more older, right, than Pidgin English.
All right. Well, like any kind of dance.
Shoki, I think.
Shoki.
Someone.
You will do shoki before we go.
I will not show it to you.
No. Okay, you can do a little on your seat. You can do a little.
Okay, just
I think that was
listen.
something with the right.
No, that's not it.
Oh, with this.
Now you got it. That's it. Maybe we'll sign out with that. Sure,
I think we should have a song. So
we'll show you.
We'll
show you.
You show you, then you do it with us.
Okay, let's try. I cannot say no. We're on TV, right?
Okay,
Yeah,
you don't mind, right?
no.
Okay, so we'll sign out with a song now. It's been the breakfast show on RTTV. We've had Chinedu, Ola, Marek Zmyslowski. I tried now. At least I'm not going to spend 2 weeks as much as your friend to do it.
You're much better than me.
Okay. It's been a great show. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Okay, let's teach him shocking now. Okay, you come to the middle.
No, you stand. I will do it.
You put your hand down.
For me, you matter me. Timba Joji daddy man on me. All watch you.